day 3 of the archery trade show in Indianapolis, Indiana. We're in the Spot Hogg booth. Now, you know Spot Hogg, or a lot of folks know Spot Hogg for Fast Eddie, the Hog Father. You know these world-class great sights that Spot Hogg has really been so famous for down through the years. Guys like Cameron Haynes, such a Spot Hogg user. And I know Spot Hogg because I've got one of these, the Wise Guy release. But I tell you what, Cabe, I hear I'm behind the times now. You guys have brought out the bomb in new releases.
Yeah, we did. We had such a big success with the Wise Guy. Everybody loved it, but a lot of people really wanted a closed jaw one. They didn't like the open hook. Made them nervous, even though it's perfectly safe. And it's got a quick hookup. It made them nervous. They like the closed jaw just for, you know, I guess a little peace of mind. Right.
So what changed from the Wise Guy to the Tuff Guy?
It uses a lot of the similar technology. I would say one of the things that's really nice about this release is that the sensitivity adjustment. The Wise Guy is kind of a medium to a light trigger. This has a little bit bigger range, so it can go a lot stiffer than actually a lot of the releases on the market. So it can go a lot stiffer, but still it can go just as light as the Wise Guy, so it's got a good range of adjustment.
The one thing that led me to change from what I had been using to what I am using is I found that after using it a little bit, it helped my groups tighten up. Why does the release help arrow groups tighten up?
Well, the release, because it's mechanical, it gets the same release off the string every time. One of the things that we've discovered through using our shooting machine was that a lighter trigger on a wrist strap release tends to make it more accurate. Because what will happen is when you pull the trigger on a release, when you got a real heavy trigger, it'll torque the release, which torques the string a little bit, and that takes and causes some variance. So depending on how hard I pull it, say if one time I punch it, and the next time I squeeze it, you're going to get a little variance downrange, left and right. So with a light trigger, it doesn't torque it as much when you're pulling. So even though this can go heavy, we're all big believers in having a light trigger on a wrist strap release.
So you've got the closed nature of this. You've also got the technology of the Wise Guy built into this. When will it be available?
It's available right now.
All right, so it's shipping right now. What's the MSRP?
The MSRP is $129.99.
All right, $129.99, so it's affordable for most anybody. Spot Hogg dealers, where can they learn more about you online?
SpotHogg.com is a great place to start. So
SpotHogg.com. Now, one last thing. I've always enjoyed the story, and a lot of people out there may not know the story. How in the world did you get the name Spot Hogg?
Oh, yeah. Many years ago, my dad started the company, and many years ago, he was shooting a tournament with some of his buddies, and he had a particular target where his arrows were all tight in the middle, and one of his buddies said, "Steve, quit being a Spot Hogg." And he just filed that away and thought, man, if I ever do an archery, start an archery company, that'd be a great name for the company. He didn't have a company at that time. He was just a machinist.
But he had the name.
But he had the name, and so, 30 years later, we got Spot Hoggs. So.
Still hogging those spots. So whether you need something like the Hog Father, a Spot Hogg Father sight on the end of your bow, or maybe you want to go old school like Burkhead here with the Wise Guy, or you want to go new school with the Tuff Guy, Spot Hogg will get you covered. Tell you what, pretty good stuff.
Thank you.
You had a good show?
It's been a great show.
All right, we're going to wrap things up here in just a bit, and I bet they're ready to head down the road. For Cabe, I'm Lynn. Straight shooting, and don't forget, hog that spot.